You're listening to the Big Shaw Sports Report on Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Big Shaw Sports Report. I want to apologize. I know I've been gone for a little bit. I don't think it was that long. I know y'all miss me. Y'all miss my face, but I am back for right now. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. So I hope everyone is having a great day. This morning I woke up to some bad news, but I hope everything will be okay. But it's an everyday thing that's going on. So just prayers to the family. So let's just get into the sports world. I know the NCAA basketball tournament has been crazy. There's a lot of upsets. It all started with Ohio State and Oral Roberts. I think I was the only one in the world that picked Oral Roberts to beat Ohio State. If you don't believe me, just look at Unscripted. That's where it's at. I said it, and it happened. Ohio State was playing like this all year long, and it just so happened to be they got beat in the first round. A lot of teams do go down in the first round. That's where you see a lot of your upsets. But they did real good. Their Cinderella story ended, but they did real well. They went farther than most people expected them to go. So congrats to them. But I want to just jump over the boat just a little bit. I want to talk about Alabama. Yeah, we lost to UCLA. It was a good game. It was one of the greatest games of the tournament. Yes, it was one of the greatest games of the tournament. You gotta make your free throws. You gotta make your free throws. If you don't make your free throws, you're not going to win the game. And that's what it came down to. Alabama cannot make free throws to save their life at all. I want to say hello to a viewer from Brazil in Rio de Janeiro, how you want to say it. So that tells you I have people watching the show from all over the world, and that makes me happy, and it makes me want to continue to doing my show even better. But back to Alabama, you have to make your free throws. Free throws are very important in basketball. Even in little kids basketball, high school basketball, they tell you make your free throws, focus, pay attention. Then when you get to the line, them free throws are very important. I keep saying it. That what hurt Alabama a whole lot was missing their free throws. You have to make your free throws. In Alabama, they didn't do that. They shot themselves in the foot. But again, they are a very great team too. They went far. A lot of people didn't expect Alabama to go this far. I had high hopes for Alabama to go, but it just didn't happen. And also their star player, Mr. Petty, he had to step up. He didn't step up at all. He was not that guy that I thought he was going to be in the tournament. A few games, he played well, but these last two games, their star player was not that guy. You're giving the ball to a guy that can't even make free throws. You don't do that. That's something you cannot do. You have to give the ball to your stars. That is why you have them on your team. But when you don't do that, you shy away from that, you're not going to win at all. That's what Alabama did. Went into overtime, Alabama just went away. UCLA is a great team. They really are. I want to say this. Watch out for that matchup against Michigan. They're showing you how the power forward and center positions should be played. These guys play the center and power forward position so well. I think his name is Riley from UCLA. That guy played the position the way it's supposed to be played. That would be a great matchup against Michigan in the Final Four. That would be a great matchup. I think everyone and their mama and daddy and sisters should watch this game because UCLA, they're like Houston. They're in your face, on the defense side of the ball. They're in your face. Houston is fast-paced. They're fast-paced. That's how Houston plays. Just like last year, the year before, Houston is really, really good on defense. They're very consistent. I like Houston, but I'm not going to pick them to go in. I'm not going to pick them to win the whole thing. But what I'm saying, Houston plays defense the way defense should be played. I really like the way they played against Arkansas. Now Arkansas, they tried Arkansas, but it was too late. Arkansas, I don't know what happened to Arkansas. Arkansas was good, but it just goes to show you when you're not matched up too well, things like that happens to you. Houston just took advantage of it, and they beat them up and down the court, and they're very physical, very physical. I wanted Houston and Alabama to play. You know why? Because they're both physical on the defense side of the ball. Now, offensive wise, yes, Houston has the players. They can beat you on the offense and defense side of the ball. I've seen it all year. That's what the Houston Cougars will do to you. They will destroy you. When they get those 3-pointers going in, it's over. That's how good Houston is, and they're fast. So they're going to go up. I think they're going to play Baylor. They play Baylor. That's going to be a very good game. I know my co-host Jay on Unscripted. He's a Houston guy, and he don't watch college basketball. He knows that, but he told me Baylor and Houston will meet face to face, and that will be a good game. I'm going to pick Baylor to win this game, but they're both physical teams, and they're both evenly matched. This will be a great game in the Final Four. So watch this game. It will be real good. Let's talk about Gonzaga. Or Gonzaga, how you want to say it. They're going to get into trouble. Okay? They're going to get into trouble. I'm going to tell you why they're going to get into trouble. If they play a Baylor, they're going to lose. They play Houston, they're going to lose. Because Baylor and Houston is very physical. It doesn't matter who Gonzaga plays. If they play one of them two teams, Gonzaga will lose. Because Gonzaga, they're not used to teams like a Houston. They're not used to that physical defense. Okay? They're not used to that. And do I want to see UCLA go for? Yes, because nobody thought UCLA was going to go for it all. No one thought that. I didn't think that. I thought UCLA was going to be out in the first round. I really did. But I'm happy to see UCLA where they're at. Either they beat my boys, they beat my squad, Alabama, but I'm happy to see UCLA doing their thing. But how far will UCLA go? It depends on how bad they want it. When they play Michigan, this is how you beat Michigan. Take Michigan off their game. That's how you can beat Michigan. If you don't, Michigan can beat you. They have great guys coming off the bench. So you're gonna get fresh people coming in, every play with Michigan. So the Final Four is set. I'm anxious for this. I'm ready for this. But I do see Gonzaga losing. So it will be a great Final Four. So let's just skip something. Let's go to the NBA. The Brooklyn Nets. What are they doing? They're loading up. But the thing is, will they fail or will they succeed? Now, if they get to the finals and they don't make it, is it a bust? I say no. That's just my opinion. I don't think that the Nets will be a bust if they get to the finals and they lose. The Nets, man, they're loaded. They are loaded. Okay, the Lakers, LeBron is hurt. AD's injury prone. They knew that when he was in New Orleans. So who's going to step up in their absence? I'm going to tell you. LeBron James understands. He sees what's going on. When he gets back, he's going to have to tell those guys, put your faith in me. Let me lead y'all to the promised land. Because AD is hurt. They have Mr. Drummond. He's good. I called him trash a few times because I was upset. I was just mad. No, he's not trash. He's a good player. He's a great help. I think with him going to the Lakers, okay, that will make the Lakers still a great team, still a contender in the West. Who's going to beat them? Honestly, I don't see nobody beating the Lakers in the West. But I will say this. Watch out for Denver. Watch out for Utah. Watch out for those teams because I like Denver. I like what they're doing. So the Nuggets, they have a chance, but I don't think they're going to beat the Lakers, worth talking about. So my finals pick is Brooklyn and the LA Lakers. Some may agree, some may disagree. So who do you think coming out of the East? It's not going to be Miami. It's not going to be Philly. Okay? It's not going to be Toronto. It's not going to be none of those teams. I'm telling you, it has to be Brooklyn. Brooklyn is going to put their feet to the pedal and push and go and meet the LA Lakers because the Lakers, they will be meeting you. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, so we're not going anywhere, but that's my pick, Brooklyn and the Lakers. If anything changes, hey, it's going to have to change. So the MVP race, I like Embiid from Philly. I like him. I like Dollar Dame. LeBron James, is his name in the MVP race? It is, but I don't think he's going to win it. I'm a big Damian Lillard fan. I love him. I love the way he plays. He doesn't complain. He's loyal. But remember this. He doesn't owe the franchise anything at all. He chooses to be loyal. He chooses to be that player. But if you take him off Portland, how good will Portland be actually? Will they be good or will they be horrible? I think that'd be okay because CJ McCollum, he's not a bum. He's not trash. Actually, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. But the thing is, will Dame Lillard, will he say, well, you know what? I want to move around. I want to go somewhere else. I want to win a ring. Well, if so, I think he would have done that a long time ago. If you ask me, he would have done that a long time ago. I think he's going to retire in Portland. He may not get the ring. He won't come on Anthony. May not get the ring, but he's loyal. He's not complaining. He's not fighting. So that's good to see in the NBA. You know, a loyal player. I like him. I really do. I hope he wins the MVP. I really do. I don't like what's going on in Dallas, but I am a big Luka fan. Luka the Don. I am one of his biggest fans. And I'm going to talk about the Pelicans in a minute. I am a big Luka the Don fan. I love what he's doing in Dallas. I love it. But the thing is with him, he's gonna stay in Dallas. You don't have to worry about anything. I just wish they would put more people around him. You put the right pieces around Luka, Dallas will be a threat. Dallas will be that team that no one wants to play. But you gotta put more pieces around him. Maybe two more players around him, and Dallas will be fine. But I like Luka, but I want to see him in a better position than he's in now. So, Mark Cuban, get the man some help. Get the man some help. And I want to talk about Golden State. Golden State, to me, they're a hot mess. A hot mess. Okay? I want to say this. Do they really need Klay Thompson to come back? Absolutely. They need Klay Thompson to come back. Absolutely. You bring back Klay Thompson, okay, Golden State will be better. You got Green, you got Wiseman, you got Curry, you got Wiggins. But to me, Golden State is not that team that they was. We all thought, well, hey, Golden State going to challenge LA Lakers. They're trash. They're trash. I'm tired of telling everybody that Golden State is trash. They really are. They really are trash. I like Utah again. I like Denver. I like Portland. I like Sacramento because they're young and they're hungry. I got to respect that. In the East, I like Milwaukee. I love Guinness. I really do. I really love that guy. Would it be crazy if he win the MVP again? That'd be crazy. I like Miami. I like Boston, but Boston's kind of like this. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. You don't know if you're going to get that Boston from back in the day or you're going to get that Boston that nobody wants to see. Boston has to show me they're that team. They was that team at one time. They have the team to do it. And Lorenzo Ball, for those of y'all don't know, he's out for the year. He's out for the year. So could he still win Rookie of the Year? And is he the better player of the Ball family? Absolutely. Absolutely. His ball handling skills are out of this world. If you've never seen him pass the ball, it reminds me of Magic Johnson or Pistol Pete. And I want to get on this too. I heard if you were talking about this, but I didn't get into that conversation because I try to stay out of people's business. But it's so hard when we're talking about sports. Somebody asked the question and asked me the question, but they could have, but they didn't. They said, who would you rather have on your team? Allen Iverson on one hand, and you got Kyrie Irving. And What this guy said, it blew my mind. Absolutely just blew my mind. I went in my room and I closed the door and I locked it and I started complaining and I started hitting the wall. He said he had picked Kyrie Irving over Allen Iverson. I said to myself, these people are so disrespectful. How can you pick Kyrie Irving over Allen Iverson? Oh, because I said, give me a reason why. Why? Who was more deadly? Oh, Kyrie Irving. I said, okay. I said, how many times you saw Iverson say this? Just sitting there whining and crying. I've never seen him cry and complain to the media. Besides practice, I remember that very well. But besides that, Iverson, to me, was the better player. And I will build a franchise around Allen Iverson. Why not Allen Iverson? He's the better player over Kyrie Irving. You just got to watch the games. Look them up on YouTube. Matter of fact, you can't even compare those two because Iverson was the better player. I've never seen Allen Iverson miss games like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving missed a lot of the games. I've never seen Iverson missing games like this. What has Kyrie Irving changed in the NBA? Iverson changed a lot. From getting his hair braided by his mom, he changed the whole wardrobe thing in the NBA. The baggy pants, the chain that hangs, have 50 people walking behind him. He was a superstar. He was that guy. He was that man that a lot of players feared. That's how good Allen Iverson was. Kyrie Irving don't have that. You not be one thing Kyrie Irving changed. Yeah, he got pretty good ball handling skills. But I'm not going to go as far as say that he is better than AI because that's disrespectful. That's crazy talk. I think people want to hear themselves talk sometimes when they say stuff like that. You have to show me why Kyrie Irving is better than Allen Iverson. Okay? You show me that and I shut up. But you can't. You showed me how many times Allen Iverson didn't show up. Allen Iverson didn't travel with the team on a 6-game road trip. Allen Iverson never done that. He was with his team. Yeah, Kyrie Irving, he was a little bit clutch sometimes. But I think Kyrie Irving's full of himself. Iverson was more physical, if you ask me. Iverson was short. But Iverson still was not afraid of being physical. He was not scared of competition. Iverson played the game the way the NBA should have been played. Now the NBA is more child's play. I don't watch it like I used to because they got away from the physical game. They got away from that. Now players are flopping all over the court. Players are crying because the ankle hurt. People are crying because they got a headache. They're crying because they travel too much. This is the NBA. You knew this before you signed on the dotted line. Loaded management. Listen, I didn't hear nothing about loaded management ever in my life until just recently. Players are injured. They're tired. You're what? You're tired. Let's go back some. In the old NBA, you realize how long these guys traveled on the road? The rodeo, when Houston, like the Rockets and the Spurs, and them, they hit that Houston, the rodeo trip. I never heard this. Tim Duncan, he's tired. He needs to sit out on loaded management. I never heard of that. Have any of y'all heard Tim Duncan being tired? David Robinson being tired? Gary Payton being tired? Think about it. Seattle Supersonics, when they got to play in New York. Okay? You think Gary Payton and Sean Kemp did that strength? Hershey Hawkins? Guys like that? Oh, I'm tired. I can't play because it was a long flight. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. How do you mean to tell me you're tired? Jordan almost died of the flu, and Jordan still played. Yeah, Scottie Pippen held him up. I remember that game. Pippen held him up. Jordan was really sick that game. Did Jordan complain? Did Jordan get in front of the media and say, "Oh, I can't play. I'm tired. I got the flu"? We knew Jordan was sick before the game even started. Matter of fact, y'all know the game it was. Jordan was sick, I think, before the game, days before that game. And what did Michael Jordan do? Michael Jordan played. Michael Jordan played. Now, these guys refuse to go out there because they're tired. They're sick. Well, if y'all stop going to those strip clubs and eating chicken wings, y'all would be fine. Y'all would be good. But no, they're all loaded management now. Cut the crap. That's bull. I'm tired. And I got one more other question in NBA. Okay. Now, the rebound. You have these guys. Who's going to come down with the ball? Let's think about it before you answer. My friend in Brazil, I want to thank you for listening again. I want to say this, and I want to say it before I get to the question. I have fans all over. And when I see this, it makes me proud. It makes me feel so great knowing that I have people from abroad watching the show. So, and I thank you all. So let's get back to that question. Now, the rebound. Who's going to come down with the ball? Let's just throw a few names in the hat. We're going to 5 names. Okay? Now, these guys were monsters. These guys was great. Okay? We're going to go with Kevin Garnett. He was physical. He played the power forward position the way it should be played. Very physical guy. Ben Wallace. He was mean. He was fierce. He liked to fight. But he can get the rebounds for you. Put him in there. Let's go old school now. Tired of that new school stuff. Let's go real old school. Moses Malone, rest his soul. Okay? We're not even going to pick Shaq. We're not going to pick Shaq. Let's throw in Dennis Rodman. We want to get real physical. Real physical. You know who else was physical too? You know who else is physical? Let's throw in Alonzo Moore. Who's coming down with that rebound? The reason why I'm saying Ben Wallace is because I'm a big Detroit Pistons fan. I love the state of Michigan. I love Detroit. So if I had a choice to move somewhere and to live forever, I would pick Detroit. I love Detroit. It get cold up there, but I love Detroit. I really do. It's just something about Detroit that I love. So tell me what y'all think. Y'all don't got to write it on the comments. Okay, you can tell me whenever you want. So let's get some college football. Yeah, it's on the way, guys. College football is almost here, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm ready for this to start. I've been down. I've been hurt. I've been depressed for a long time because college football left me. It really did. It left me, and it bruised my heart. It bruised my soul. I miss college football just too much. Is college football more important than a woman? And let me tell you this. Absolutely. That's how much football is important to me. It may not be more important to some people, but college football is more important to me than any woman. Yes, football may give you for a few months, but they talk about it. So it really didn't leave you. Let me tell you something. Football will be here after she done left you or another woman comes back. It will welcome you back with open arms because it misses you too. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. What rule changes did be made in college football? I brought it up before, and I think it's going to happen this year. I think the players falling out on injuries. It's bad. It's horrible. These guys are falling. They look to the sideline, and you see it. You see it. These guys fall down. They look to the coach. Watch it. Watch it this year. I don't think it's going to this year. I hope so. The players look to the sideline and they just fall. They fall. And nothing wrong with them. They do that to stop the momentum. I think they got to stop that. They made the game 10 times longer than what it already is. I think they should stop that mess. I really do. But I think that's the only rule. Maybe overtime, because we all go back to the game. A&M versus LSU. That was a long game. I think that game went into 7 overtimes. That game there was quite crazy. So I think they're going to fix the overtime rule, and it should help some. It really should. I think it should help. I think it helped a little bit. So let's get to the teams besides Alabama. We're gonna take Alabama out. We're gonna throw them in the trash. We're gonna take Clemson. Throw them in the fire in the SEC. So we're gonna take your best 2 teams out of you. We're gonna take your best team out of the SEC. That's Alabama. We're gonna throw them in the trash. ACC. We're gonna take Clemson away. Okay. You take them out. Who's coming out of the SEC? Let's have some fun with this. Who's going to come out of the SEC? In my eyes, it's going to be Georgia. But for some reason, I can't get it out of my head. I just can't. It's Tennessee. I can't get them out of my head. I try to give up on Tennessee as much as I can. I try to give up on Tennessee. But guess what? I can't. And Lord knows I try. But every year, I always give Tennessee the benefit of the doubt. Every year, I give Tennessee the opportunity. But what do Tennessee do? They let you down. They let you down. They spit you out, throw away the key. They do that every year. So I'm gonna give it to Georgia. Georgia is gonna have to find a way, if they can, which I don't know what's gonna happen, beat Alabama and the cream of the crop. But I would love to see Georgia come out of the East. I would love that. I would love to see Georgia get back to that team that we know that they can be. Okay, we know what Georgia can do. We know that. We've seen Georgia play plenty of times in a lot of big games. But how can Georgia get back to that team that nobody wanted to play at one time? Not everybody liked Georgia. Not everybody wanted to play Georgia. But Georgia is going to have to find a way to get that mojo back. And the only way they're going to find a way to get that mojo back is to show the world this season that there's something. So it's up to Georgia this year on what they want to do. Now in the ACC, I'm rooting for Miami. I like what Miami's doing. I like the direction they're going. They got my attention. I'm ready to see them thrive and get to the elite. Now, what I mean by that, the school is already an elite school. Everybody knows about Miami. But the football program has to get themselves going into that right direction. They got a great fan base out there in the Hurricanes. If you've never been to a game, you've never been out that way, I suggest you check out the atmosphere of the Miami Hurricanes football program. It's a very good atmosphere out there. I've been to a few games myself. It's quite the place to go for a football game. Even in the rain, the fans, they go extra crazy in Miami for a college football game. Like I said, if you've never been to a game, you should go check it out. The atmosphere is very great. The people was friendly out there for the game. I didn't really have nothing bad to worry about there. So let's just keep going. In the Pac-12, watch out for USC. A lot of great linebackers came from USC. A few good running backs came from there. A few good quarterbacks. Great school, top 10 school. It's very dominant. It's very dominant. Very great school. If you tell me USC is not a powerful school, it's not a great college, you're crazy. You don't know anything. A lot of kids want to go to USC from all over the United States and all over the world. They want to go to USC. USC is great. I don't have anything bad to say about USC. Now, I've never been to a game out there, but I've been to one in Oregon. But USC is a great school. I'm picking them to come out of the Pac-12. I know what USC is about. I'm so sorry, Oregon, had to do it to you. I know what USC is capable of doing. You got to watch USC this year. Watch them and watch them closely. But my time's getting short. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. But I will say this: Oregon has a great stadium, though. They have great uniforms. It's a very loud place to play. Again, if you've never been to a college game, I'm going to say this: the SEC has nothing on this. If you've never been to a game, if it's your first time traveling the world to go see college stadiums or college games, just listen to Big Shaw. Listen to me. I've been around. I've walked. I've seen a lot of things in my life, and I'm so grateful for that. If you've never been to Eugene, Oregon, to a college football game, let me tell you something. You need to go. It's a very great experience. I went at night. Another close friend of mine went during the daytime. I went the first time at night. Some of their games are at night anyway, but you'll be lucky enough to catch them at a day game. And I went to the game at night. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you, it was rocking. It was rocking. The place was rocking. I thought it was going to lift up like a spaceship and go to Saturn. That's how much fun it was in Eugene, Oregon. I thought when we was about to lift off and go to Saturn, for real, them fans or diehard Oregon Duck fans, let me tell you, you need to go. Bryant-Denny Stadium has nothing on it. Tiger Stadium has nothing on it. Georgia, Vanderbilt, every stadium in the FCC has nothing. Matter of fact, no stadium that I've been to has anything on Eugene, Oregon. Go to a game, okay, and you come back and you tell Big Shaw, man, you was right. I was like, oh, yes, I know. You was right. I've never been to such a great place. Got treated so well. They didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. Let me tell you something. I've been a lot of places again. I've seen a lot of things, but the people of Eugene, Oregon were so nice and so respectful. I was like, you know what? If I ever come back or if I ever blow up, and Detroit too, I love you so much, Detroit. But I will say this: if I ever get famous off my podcast, I tell you what, I'm moving to Eugene, Oregon. I'm gonna get me a big old space mansion in Oregon. Okay. And I'm going to paint my house the same color as the Oregon Ducks because that's how cool it was to be in Oregon. I want to do it again this year, but I don't know if I'd be able to. But I would love to go to. I've been to Texas. I would love to go to the Horseshoe in Ohio State. That's a place that I've been waiting to touch for a long time. I have a few friends out there. They said it's quite loud, but because of the way it's built, the noise state in the stadium. I want to go check out Penn State. I want to go to Tennessee. Tennessee has one of the biggest stadiums in the SEC. It's very big. I've been to Tiger Stadium. I've been to a few stadiums in my life, but man, y'all got to go check out Eugene, Oregon. It's quite the place to experience a college football game. I call it the jungle because that's exactly what it was that night. A jungle. So watch out for USC. I'm so sorry I gave you a history lesson. I apologize. But watch out for USC. And let's go north right quick. I like what Michigan's doing right now. I really do. I like the direction that they're going in Michigan. Ohio State, they're always screaming the crop there. But I'm a big Penn State fan. I'm a big Penn State fan. Last year was kind of funky for them. I just want to see what Penn State has in store this year. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to pick Michigan to come out of that division. I'm going to stand behind Jim Harbaugh as long and as possible as I can because I am a big fan of Jim Harbaugh. I am a big fan of Michigan, the Michigan River Rings. I don't know if Michigan's going to have their fans back at the full capacity, but if they do, I think that'll help a lot. Because you got to think about it. A lot of these young men and a lot of these young ladies out there that's playing sports, they look up to the crowd to give them that push, give them that extra momentum. So I'm looking for the Michigan River Rings to do something special this year. I wanted Penn State, but I was like, I'm not gonna go for that. But I like Michigan. I really do. My co-host Jay, he said Michigan hasn't done anything. Obviously, that's what I said. Jay, he doesn't watch sports too much to tell me that Michigan hasn't done anything. Michigan has done a lot. I think Michigan will come out of the division, and they will beat Ohio State this year. They will beat Ohio State this year. I got a feeling. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push with Michigan. I'm gonna stay with Michigan. So, because I want to see how. I didn't want to see Michigan be that team. That's what I understand. I like Jay, but for him to say they ain't done it in football, I think you might need to go do a little bit of information because Michigan is coming, and I think this will be their year this year in that that division. So I'm gonna get away from there, and I'm gonna go to. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go to Texas Longhorns this year. I love the Longhorns. It was a tough pick to either go with the Longhorns or Oklahoma. But the reason why I'm going for Texas is because they got a young man from my hometown here in Oakdale. A young man. I don't know if his parents want me to say his name, but I'm going with the Longhorns. And if the Longhorns can get to that place, and if the Longhorns can get to where they once was a few years ago, I think Texas will be that team that nobody wants to play. I like Texas. I really do. I want to see Texas get there with that young man from my hometown on the squad. So I want to see how far Texas will go. And I think with the young man from Oakdale, you start him, which I hope so. Texas will come out and they will do good. I really do think Texas will do good this year. I've been following them a little bit this offseason. Oklahoma as well, Kansas State. I've been watching them, but the other schools. Oklahoma State. I'm a big fan of them because they got a nice stadium. I've been following more of Texas and Oklahoma than them this year. I've been doing my homework. I like Texas. Hook 'em horns. So I want to see what they're gonna do. So baseball is here. I smell it. I got a great feeling. But I will say this: the New York Yankees, my Yankees, they're special. My New York Yankees are very special. I love my New York Yankees, but I will say, I hate to say this, watch out for the Atlanta Braves. Okay? Watch out for these teams. I'm going to say it again before I leave. Watch out for the Atlanta Braves. Of course, the LA Dodgers, the Padres, Pirates. But one more other team. I have to say this team before I forget. I was told, mention this team when you go back live, Big Shaw, because we love you up here in Chicago. We love you. Just don't say the Cubs. Don't say the Cubs. And I'd rather my people up in Chicago that I will not say the Cubs. They have good pizza and good hot dogs in Chicago. If you've been to Chicago, get you a hot dog and some pizza. But I will say this, watch out for the Chicago White Sox. They're young and they're hungry and they're ready. Watch out for the Chicago White Sox. I said it and I mean it. Watch out for them guys in Chicago. I'm not a Cubs fan anymore. I was told if I mention the Cubs, I will lose all my love that I have up there in Chicago on the side of town where the White Sox are at. So I don't want to lose that love. I'm sorry, Cubs, but the White Sox will be the team to watch for. But I've been saying that for a little bit. Got to watch out for the White Sox. Like I said, it's a young team, very young team. They're ready, and I think they will do well. So watch out for my White Sox. So that's all I got for baseball. The NFL, I'm gonna touch it. Let me show you how Big Shaw does it. Listen, Big Shaw has nothing. Big Shaw has no notes. Big Shaw has nothing. Cell phone is off. Big Shaw has nothing. That's how Big Shaw do it. Someone asked me the other day how you do your podcast because we never see you with paper. We never see you with your phone on. Because you know why? Because I don't need it. I get the information, from each deal I go on to. I watch and I see what goes on, and I put it all right there. That's it, and I speak on it. I don't stay on it long because if you stay on a subject long, I'm gonna tell you, you stay on a subject too long, you're gonna go to sleep. So that's why I just do it the way I do it, because I don't want people to go to sleep. I want people to listen and say, okay, let's just move on together. And that's what we do. We move on together. So the NFL, talk about it. Deshaun Watson, I'm getting scared. And I'm going to say, keep it. I'm going to say it because I can. This is my show. I'm going to say it. So listen to Big Shaw. Listen to Big Shaw and listen to Big Shaw well. Okay? Keep it in your pants. Okay? Leave these women alone. Okay? You got all the money in the world. You got all the money in the world. You have a woman at home. Let her rub on you. Let her touch on you. But no, these people, I don't care what Big Ben did. What he did was long ago. I'm not even just gonna discuss it. He did his thing. Now we're talking about Deshaun Watson. Now, do we know if this is true? I don't know. I really don't right now. But if I was Deshaun Watson, I'm gonna smile for you. I'm gonna smile for my boy Frankie C Sports. Give y'all my good $1 million smile. That's a smile. See, the thing is, these women, not all women are like this, but these are. You got women out here that are trained to do stuff like this, to break down a person's career. Now, did I say all women? No, I did not. Because you got people out there that are slow. But you have women out here, same for men. You have women out here, they're trained to do this stuff. They really are. They have people out here, they will derail your career. Now, if I was Deshaun Watson, I would have come speak. Deshaun Watson, I tell you what, come on the Big Shaw Sports podcast and come speak to me. I'm not going to drill you. You need to come out. You need to say something. Big Ben did it. Come on. Come speak to the world. Let the world know, hey, you didn't do this. Because it's getting funky. It's getting really funky. And something has to be done. But here's the question. Will Deshaun Watson see the field this year? Or will he wind up in prison somewhere in Texas? But again, it all leads to leave these women alone. We're going to speak on WrestleMania in a few minutes. My boy Frankie, he's ready for it. I'm ready for it. But gotta leave these females alone. You got a wife at home. Get her at home. Let her rub on your toes. Let her rub on your hands. Let her rub through your hair. That's it. But it's about WrestleMania right quick, and then I'm getting out of here. before people start blowing my phone up. Now, WrestleMania is coming. I'm not going to touch on it too long because we're going to talk about it real soon. WrestleMania is coming up, and it's going to be good. I really think it'll be good. I know Shane McMahon and was it Strowman, Braun Strowman, they're going to be in a steel cage. What I hear. Now that should be a pretty good match. I don't have all the matches and stuff with me, but as my boy Frankie can tell me, we can go over one by one before I go. So it's going to be good. WrestleMania is going to be good. You know, I know WrestleMania is not what it used to be. We know that. We see that, but I don't watch it because you know why? It's not as fun as it was. But I will be watching WrestleMania. We will be talking about it, and that's right, Frankie and Jason and Logan and Mel. We're gonna have the whole team together, and hopefully my co-host of my show, Kelston, will be on and join us soon. But man, I love wrestling. Yeah, you know, I grew up on it. Kurt Hennig. Let me name the names. Name some names. Kurt Hennig, Dan Malenko, the Iceman. The Four Horsemen, the original Four Horsemen, Booker T and his brother, the Steiner brothers, Sting, Lex Luger, Conan, Macho Man, Kevin Nash. Man, I can name them all, man. The Raven, Eddie Guerrero. Guys like this. Eddie Guerrero was in both. So wrestling was fun, you know, back then. You know, you could tell they got away from a lot of stuff, you know, because people was complaining about it. But I can see. Okay, here we go. Edge. We have Edge versus Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Let me tell you something, guys. That match will be good. I grew up watching Edge years ago. When wrestling was fun back in the Attitude Era, so I gotta go with Edge. I gotta go with more experience. You know, Edge has that experience. You know, because Edge is good. He really is. But it's funny how everybody thought Edge and Christian were brothers in real life. That was funny. I laugh for days when I hear that. Wrestling is that sport to where a lot of people say, "Oh, it's fake. Oh, it's fake." Hey. A lot of those guys get offended when you say that. So I kind of watch my words, you know, when people say that. I got to be careful on that. But Randy Orton, he's another great wrestler I love. Ric Flair, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, John Cena, people like that. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Mankind, Shawn Michaels. Remember, he was, if I'm not mistaken, the original member of DX. A lot of people don't remember that, but I am a big Shawn Michaels fan. I love Shawn Michaels. A dream match before I get off here. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but I missed y'all. My friend in Brazil, I want to thank you again for coming on the show. And I forget the other stuff that I had on here. But man, it's crazy, you know, how you see people listening to your show that you didn't even know. That's why they tell people have great content on your show and don't just talk on one subject. You know, spin it around, get off of it, talk about something, get off of it. And that's what I do here on the Big Shot Sports Podcast. You know, I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to get off of it. But wrestling's fun. I remember years ago in Baton Rouge, I'm going to tell y'all a little history lesson right quick. It was years ago in Baton Rouge. It was WCW. Matter of fact, they came to Baton Rouge. You know how they hit New Orleans, Alexandria, Lake Charles, Lafayette. They do the loop. And I was in Baton Rouge at Outback Steakhouse. And I was watching these guys beat the living daylights out of each other. And I can't remember who it was, but I remember this man. I remember Sting. They were all wrestling. They're all beating the living crap out of each other. And as a kid, you're not programming it. And you think, oh man, this is real. These guys were eating and laughing and drinking beer together. I'm like, oh my God, these guys just beating the hell out of each other. And they're sitting here laughing and eating steak and shrimp and potatoes and drinking beer, and they're laughing to each other, having fun. And that's when I realized something's not right. Something's not right. And that's when it dawned on me that these guys are real friends. These guys are friends. They're not really beating each other. But I will say this. In Alexandria, it was WWE came. And Big Cass and his tag team partner at the time, they were in Alexandria after the match. I bumped into Big Cass at the gas station. And man, let me tell you, one of the most coolest guys I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely cool. Absolutely. And guess who was in the car with him? Guess who was in the car with him? Yeah, his name Enzo. Yeah. It was I don't think Enzo was in the same car with him. It was Big Cass. Man, it was a big time superstar. They were riding together. And I asked him, I said, how y'all, I said, how y'all, do this stuff, man? And this is what he told me. He said, man, he said we travel. He said we travel together. We beat each other in the ring. This is what he told me. We beat each other up in the ring. Man, we travel the world together. We go city to city, state to state, But when you're this when it blew my mind. Everybody is not a main eventer. Some of us have to pay for our own gas, our own hotel, our own food. He said that's why most of us drive together, like a rent car. You rent a car, you get to the city, and each stop, and you basically take care of each other. And when he told me that, I didn't think of that. I thought everybody was paid high. He said no. He said everybody's not paid high. Basically, you have to earn it. It's like a contractor. That's what he said. It's like we basically contractors. You have to earn it. And when he said that, I said, man, it's crazy. I said, so where y'all going next? He said, man, we got to drive. I think he said they was going up north somewhere. And I forgot who was in the car, but they had the money though. He said, but we basically take care of each other on the road. Hotels, you may get a room here, then I'm gonna get a room next door. So if you're asleep, some have buses, some have buses, but a lot of guys, they drive vehicles. Some drive the vehicles, some have the buses, but the big stars, what he said, man, some of the big boys like your Randy Ortons and all that. I said, man, them guys get the luxury stuff. He said, but they earned that. He said, man, Randy Orton earned that. John Cena earned it. You know what I'm saying? Those guys really earned that stuff. Kane, Undertaker, those guys really earned it. They worked hard. They did the things that they were supposed to do to earn that stuff. So I said, that's cool. And yeah, I saw the bus. Matter of fact, the big WWE bus, a lot of people was on that bus. I remember as a kid, it passed the Oakdale, and we saw Shawn Michaels was on the bus because it stopped. Shawn Michaels was on the bus. A lot of great stars on the bus. I think we did see the Undertaker. I have to go back and ask the people that was there with us who else was on that bus. I know we saw Shawn Michaels for sure. Actually, Shawn Michaels, he was cool also. He cracked a few jokes, and let me tell you something. These guys are really cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. Some people say, no, these wrestlers are really nice people. But I understand. But you gotta understand is they do be tired. I understand these guys and women, they do be tired and stuff on the road. That's one thing he did say. He said, man, we do be tired. He said, but you got a show to do. But a lot of things I'm not gonna get into. He's talking about a lot of great stuff, but I'm not gonna get into all that of what he said. But even in the ring, you can see it. Even in the ring, like he did say this. Even in the ring, then you know when you're going against your partner, gotta be careful because anything can happen in wrestling. Anything can happen. But I've seen a lot of great things going to these wrestling matches. I've seen when wrestlers after the match they go eat at McDonald's and they gone. And you won't see them again until the next year because that's how this wrestling is here in Louisiana. They come here for a few and they gone. Because we're not as big as Minnesota, Michigan, and stuff like that. So and my boy Frank just told me the 17-game season has officially started. That's stupid. I really wish the NFL wouldn't have done that. I wish they would have just did something else. But with them doing this, it's very crazy. I just don't care for it. So there's going to be a lot of injuries and a lot of players getting hurt. I think the season should have just stayed at 16. But with them doing this 17-game schedule, it's crazy. And I want to answer a question I was asked a few weeks ago before one of my hyenas. Who's the best race car driver of all time? I said, hey, you know what? That's an easy question. The great late Dale Earnhardt Sr. was my favorite race car driver. I know some people may say, yeah, how about the Petty? How about Petty? How about Dale? You know what? You can't make me change my mind. Dale Earnhardt Sr. was the greatest to me. All-time favorite. All time to me. I really did and enjoy watching him race. Very tragic what happened to him. I watched it. I watched NASCAR. It was very tragic on what happened. Very, very sad. But I love his son. I love his son. His son is great. Real good, man. Real good. A little bit of golf. It can go either way in golf. We know Tiger Woods is one of the best to ever do it. I love Tiger Woods. We all know he's been through a few things, even with the car wreck. glad he's still alive. Glad he's still here. That could have went bad for him, but it didn't. I'm a very, very, very big Tiger Woods fan. I like Tiger Woods. I like Elroy. He's great. He looks like the quarterback from Alabama. I can't think of his name. He's a good golfer. Golfing is fun. If you never watched it or never played it, I think you should. It's a great sport to talk about. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more on my show in the next coming weeks. Because I want to touch on it. You'll be amazed at how many people like golf. They really do. A lot of people love the game of golf. And some people think, oh, man, they don't like golf. I'm telling you, people love golf, man. And golf is a very, very interesting sport. Hockey, before I'm done, I know I've been saying it, but hockey is very physical. It's a very physical sport. I'm going to be touching up on that here soon. But and the Masters is coming up real soon. That's something that I want to touch on. I want to touch on it and get off of it. But it's a good sport. That's why I'm saying, you're gonna talk about it, and then get off of it. Don't drown it. And I told a podcaster that one day. I said, I looked at your show. I said, man, they told me the same thing. You wanna talk about it, then you wanna just ease on off the subject. You don't want to drown the subject out. It don't take 4 to 5 minutes to talk about a subject. It don't take long at all. So that's it for now, everybody. My hour is pushing up, but I will be on Unscripted tonight with Jay and Big Logan and Frankie and Mel. I will be on there. We're doing good. Everything's going well. I can't complain. But again, before I sign off, I want to say thank you to my friends out in the beautiful place of Brazil for watching my show today. It popped up and I'm still shocked that happened. I didn't think so, but you never know who's watching your show. So that's it for now, everybody. From the Big Shaw Sports Podcast, Kelston Jones, I'm signing off. Catch me on Unscripted tonight at 8 o'clock. Oh, actually 7 since the time got messed up. So thank y'all guys.